Hello YouTube, this is Darc Vigilante bringing you another build video, this time with the 200 faster cast rate Nova Sorc that uses energy shield instead of health. So let's take a look at her, see what her skills are, her equipment, her stats, and of course the mercenary. So first up we have a 5/5 light fauceted Escheuta's Temper. Now this one isn't a 5/5 die, and with PVM, which is what I'm using this character for, the die isn't nearly as important as it is for PvP. So in this instance, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to get whatever 5/5 light we can get and throw it in there. We want to get a 320 Escheutas if we can. Sometimes those are a little bit pricey or expensive, hard to find, whatever. But if you want to go full on with this build, I do highly suggest it as the weapon of choice. Next up we have Mage Fist. That's pretty much a given. +1 to warmth, regenerating mana by 25% is pretty awesome. We have some faster cast rate rings. Now you can use something different here, but I highly recommend, obviously you have to have the faster cast rate to break 200. Strength is good because it takes away from the points that will be needed to use your spirit, and lots of mana if you can get it. This one happens to have a lot of mana, so it's really good. This one is not quite as good, but again it has 41 mana, 11 energy, some strength, and some cast rate. We have Arachnid Mesh. That one's pretty much a given. We have some really nice crafted boots that are going to give us even more mana and regenerate mana on top of that. A couple resistances and faster run walk speed. 35 cast rate Spirit, and this one in particular is 100% required as well. A lot of this stuff will be in terms of cast rate. Because we're trying to break 200, we have to have 35 exactly in order to hit that 200. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. You're going to need exactly a 35. Skin of the Viper Magi, you could upgrade this if you want to. I put an in mind due to my resistances. A 5/5 light here would also be excellent if you don't need the extra resistances. That would be better. Obviously more damage and less resistances for them is always good. Griffin's Eye Diadem with a 5/5 light in it as well. It is a few points off of perfect, but that's okay. It still works really well. The negative to enemy light resistance, I think personally, is more important than the damage overall, especially for killing those pesky guys that are immune or have a really high resistance. So, and this is just a random 2 Sorc 10 FCR. Obviously, if you had a 2 to Sorc 20 FCR crafted amulet, that would be a lot better. And then you could replace one of these with a Soj instead. But those are really pricey, and I don't think the average person can afford those. Not saying the average person can afford a lot of this stuff, but a 220 is going to be really expensive too. So just throwing that out there. If you can get it, great. If not, this will make do. And that's where we're getting our 200 from. In terms of our switch, we have a pretty typical CTA with Spirit. Random there for the Spirit, doesn't have to be 35 FCR. We've got an eclectic mix of resistance charms and life charms. Life and mana charms would be best if you could get them, and then resistance charms to fill in the gaps if you're not 100% res maxed out. Lightning GCs, we want to get at least level 40 Nova, and then of course a torch. In terms of stats, just enough to get strength to where we can use our spirit, and all the rest into energy. And of course, get this poison resistance up to 75 if yours isn't. Get you some resistance charms, or whichever one of these isn't maxed. Obviously, we want to max resistances. This is not a good example, but I just haven't transferred it over yet, and I wanted to make the video anyway, so get those resistances maxed. And then let's take a look at her skills. We have warmth. I've put a few points in here. I don't know exactly how many. I want to say around 11 points or so, because we want to have really good mana recovery, considering mana is our life in this case. So the more mana we have, the better off we are and the longer we'll survive. Our bread and butter, our lightning skills, we have maxed out energy shield, telekinesis, nova, and of course lightning mastery. I did put a point into thunderstorm just to get a little bit of extra damage out of it, and then this is completely optional, as is thunderstorm. I put 1 point into frozen armor. Not necessary, but nice to have. And last but not least, let's take a look at the mercenary. An Eth Infinity would be better here, but again, just trying to get it out there and to show you guys what we can do with it. Eth Fortitude and Andariel's helmet. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's take a look at how she does. This is in Hell. I'll show you there. And let's go to the Frigid Highlands in Act 5. Get all our precasts out of the way here. So we're basically just going to teleport and stomp everything with Nova. That's all you really have to do. So pretty fun character, and I'll shut up and we'll just show some gameplay here. Getting a little bit of lag there, that wasn't too much fun. Let's go try Chaos real quick. Alright guys, so that is the ES Nova Sorc. I hope you enjoyed it. And before I go, I'd like to say a big thank you to a few different people. And if your name is on this list on JSP, you have donated Form Gold in like the last 6 months or so. If I haven't gotten to you or if I missed you, please, I apologize. I don't mean to leave you out. But all of these people have donated Form Gold to me. Thank you very much, guys. It helps make these videos possible. I do use the Form Gold specifically for these videos and these build videos so that you guys can see what I'm doing with that Form Gold. Also, there are a few people that have donated, and I'm not going to use their names because either number one, I've forgotten your name, or number two, I don't know that you want your name out there publicly. But you know who you are, and I really do appreciate anyone who supports my channel. Check out Patreon, guys. Check out Fiverr if you haven't already. That helps support my channel if you're interested in doing that. If not, leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and you guys have a great one. I'll see you in the next video.